A new Final Destination movie has finally come out. It's been 14 years since the last one wrapped everything up, but you know, in Hollywood, nothing can stay dead. So, was it worth bringing back? In this sixth installment, Final Destination Bloodlines, we follow Stephanie Reyes, played by Caitlin Santajuana, as she looks to uncover the mystery of a recurring nightmare she's been having. What she finds is that death may be after her and her family. Like I said, it's been 14 years since the last one, and as a big fan of this franchise for my whole life, I was really looking forward to it. So to answer my question from earlier, yeah, it was definitely worth bringing back. I rewatched all of the films leading up to this one in the past week, and I'm happy to say this one fits right in with the rest. It doesn't feel like some garbage studio cash grab reboot like we've seen many times before. It feels like filmmakers that wanted to give their take on the franchise, and that's what it was. Zach Lipovsky and Adam Stein direct in what is their biggest project to date, and they did great here. They got the job by faking an accident in a Zoom meeting for their pitch and, kind of showed their love and knowledge of the franchise. And, once I heard that, I kind of figured we were in good hands. They definitely understand the franchise and know the formula, but bring just enough to it to keep it at least somewhat fresh. Which is good because in a film like this, it can easily be killed by being too similar to other films in the franchise. There's new stuff in here like the whole Bloodlines thing, which, obviously it's literally the title of the movie, but there's also some other little twists, and they subvert expectations here and there with how some of the things play out. They also reference certain things and pay homage to the other films, so that's always fun. Speaking about fun, the kills here, super fun, very creative, and that's kind of the most important part in a Final Destination movie, and I think they nailed that. Plus, the dark humor, they do a great job blending it like a lot of other films in the franchise. And I'm going to be super vague here because I don't want to spoil anything, but there's this one kill, you think it's going one way, and then it reveals something, and you're like, oh, that's funny, whatever. And then it reveals something else, and then the way it plays out and goes down, super funny, very entertaining, just kind of fucking crazy. But if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. I had a lot of fun with that. I thought the gore here was also very well done. I think it's almost all CGI, and usually CGI gore looks horrible, at least to me, but I think it actually looked pretty good here. The Final Destination is known for their crazy opening disasters, and this was another great one. I was watching it, and maybe this is sick, but I know my horror fans can relate. I knew, when it was building up and everything was about to go down, I was getting excited to see some crazy shit happen. And yeah, I was not let down at all. It was great. They also answer some questions that fans of the franchise might have had. And did these questions need to be answered? Probably not. But I think they handled it well. And that's all that matters to me. I know I have kind of been praising this film, but it's of course not perfect. It suffers from the same problems as a lot of the other films. There's certain things that are kind of ridiculous that might make you roll your eyes, and while they do things to differentiate this film from the rest, there's of course the things you've seen 5 times already, like the scene where the main character tells everyone some crazy ass shit, then proceeds to tell them, I'm not crazy, and then they don't believe them, and then more people die and they believe them, whatever. But you kind of know what you're getting at this point, and you kind of have to have these things. That's kind of what makes it a Final Destination movie. So if there's any film or film franchise that I could forgive for, the little things like in this movie, it's the Final Destination franchise. That's what makes it a Final Destination movie. So it gets a pass. Now I can finally get to the cast, and I've seen a lot of them in other projects, and they were good in those, and they were good here. There wasn't really a standout performance, except for Tony Todd. And I will acknowledge his scene did hit harder because of his passing, but I also just think it was very well done. It starts as the usual thing his character does in the series, just being mysterious, giving some clues, maybe some answers, while also raising more questions. But then he gives this nice speech about just enjoying the time you have because you don't know how much you have left. And it of course works as a way to say goodbye to his character, since we of course can't be seeing that character again, but almost better as a way for people to say goodbye to Tony Todd himself. And it was very sincere. It really worked for me. I really felt the emotions. It was kind of crazy in the middle of all this chaos to have this kind of touching scene, touching moment, and almost Tony himself saying goodbye to the audience. It was kind of crazy, but I thought it was very well done, and it was really nice getting one last great performance from him. Rest in peace, Tony Todd. So where does this one rank amongst the rest? Is it the worst? Is it the best? No, it's kind of somewhere in the middle, and that's not a bad thing because I don't think there's a bad movie in the franchise, but I'm not going to get into specifics about my ranking because I am going to be doing a full ranking video on the franchise since I just watched them all recently. So look out for that. That's my first ranking video, so I'm really excited to do it, so please check that out. What did you think of Final Destination Bloodlines, and where would you rank it amongst the rest? Let me know in the comments. And thank you for watching. It truly does mean a lot to me. I haven't been consistent at all in posting for, I don't even know, a few months maybe. But I'm back for real now, and I won't be going that long without posting again. I was just trying to figure out some adult stuff. You know, life, fucking whatever. But thank you for watching. It really does mean a lot. And I hope you'll subscribe to join me as I talk about movies, video games, TV, and more, or go check out some of my other videos and shorts. I appreciate you watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.